Review it all.
Review it all.
Review it all.
Review it all! Welcome to our very first episode of this podcast. Now, I know it's been said many times before that the podcast medium doesn't have enough male voices in it. The essence of podcasting is missing a certain level of male discourse.
A very sort of white male, like a
correct.
Sort of a,
If we are going to gender it and race
a Blanco,
and we are all straight, right? So that's probably a niche that's not out there.
Yeah, definitely in a oversaturated queer person of color marketplace.
Sure.
Right.
You know, it's time to represent
Carve out
a demographic that's underrepresented. I would argue in the midst of a genocide.
This is but a taste, ladies and gentlemen.
Correct. Yeah. In the marketplace of ideas, the ideas of three straight white men have been suppressed, and we are here to change that. But I know most of you are probably thinking this is going to be a podcast about reviewing, from our title, pop culture things.
I was going to say, based on that intro, I think a lot of people have either turned it off, or some people that have kept it on are about to be real disappointed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Dude, these guys are talking about the genocide. They're talking about it.
Yeah, I think
they're saying the thing out loud now. They're saying the thing
it
out loud.
They're not afraid. I told you if we Googled it, we'd find something.
That's right.
In this case, this show, from its title, may sound like we're going to be reviewing, pop culture things. That's what you would expect, I assume, from looking at us.
Well, because the only thing less common than straight white males having a podcast is straight white males weighing in on pop culture.
Correct.
Right.
That is our bread and butter
because
as a species.
When we say review it all, that's what straight white men mean.
Correct.
Pop culture.
Isn't all just pop culture? Is it all? What is all?
Yeah.
Stain lifter, that's all.
Yeah, no, I just have to go within these quick parameters. Marvel versus DC. I don't want to look beyond that.
That's all.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's right.
No other comment
and
has ever
also
been created.
trans and that in sports. That's pretty much covers it, right?
Pretty much everything.
I fucking told you they were going to talk about it.
Pretty much
Don't turn it off.
All right. We are Review It All. We are a podcast with three friends who actively have opinions about literally everything. And that's what we wanted to turn the podcast into. We want to review quite literally everything that exists on the planet. That's the goal. Let's see if we get there. I just wanted to do a short introduction. This is our first episode. So hello, my name is Dillon. I'm one of the hosts here at Review It All. I'm a filmmaker, and I'm very close friends with these two beautiful men sitting across the digital screen from me. And why don't you guys just introduce yourselves? What is your name? What do you do?
I am Matthew McLachlan. I am a playwright, screenwriter, jack of all writing trades, and sarcastic son of a bitch, and got opinions on everything. And I think I can speak for all of us when I say this kind of came about from the fact that a brief conversation with us lasts about minimum of 4 hours.
Correct.
Because we're talking about everything and we're like, here's my thoughts on literally everything, and we all have our
and we are just
time to
vain enough to
monologue.
think that we should broadcast it to the world.
But it's also funny because the things we find ourselves talking about are buck wild. And so I'm very happy to be doing this with you both.
We should add buck wild to the list. I think that's a fun phrase to review.
The phrase buck wild, it's one of my faves. Yeah.
Buck wild, baby.
Or even just our favorite phrases. That's hard to say.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
favorite
Michael.
phrases. Yeah, that's a nice warm-up exercise.
I am Michael Bernardi, sometimes comic, sometimes writer, all the time girl dad.
Wow.
Oh.
A little bit of a Papa Bear over here. Okay,
Uh-huh.
watch out.
We protect this house.
That's right. That's right. She's got a little bit of an attitude, but I got a little bit of ferocity. So watch out.
I just like the image of you with the Reba McEntire song. Single mom who works 2 jobs.
No, my wife is the one that works a job, and I actually get to be a stay-at-home dad, which is really nice. And just like a true straight white male, stay-at-home dad, we still have help come in 3 days a week because I
Yeah.
just don't have the bandwidth, wasn't raised with it. It did not grow up in a society that allows for that sort of endurance to be built up. So here I am, Papa Bear, who still hibernates 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, guys, that is us, but let us tell you a little bit about the show. So we have a massive, gigantic, all-consuming list of things that we have added over the course of a couple of years now that we would like to talk about and review. And that is how we are going to structure the show. Every single day that we do one of these podcasts, we are going to choose 3 topics from this gigantic, massive, overflowing list.
Mhm.
And we are going to talk about them. And today, because it's our first episode, we are going to pick those topics right now. Normally, we will do it at the end of the episode, like you were about to listen to. But for this first episode, let's get some topics in there.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah, we have
Gotta
to start somewhere.
Right.
So let's pull up that random number generator, please. And Matt, why don't you take the categories, and Mike, why don't you take the numbers that we're going to be picking?
All right. So our first one is 229.
Okay. That, my friends, our first topic to review is lakes.
Lakes.
Oh,
Lakes.
lakes. They can be
I've got
great.
feelings on that. I've got feelings on that.
Number 2.
842.
Our second topic is people who wear one outfit.
Now, wait. Now I want to make sure I've got the wording on that.
Yeah.
It is people who wear one outfit.
Correct.
The word only isn't in there.
Oh, it might be.
Check it again.
We are semantics boys.
Yeah, we
It's
do-
important. I
Yeah, we
feel
do
like
like
it
it. We
could
do like the
change the
semantics
direction.
boys.
What's that number again?
842.
842. You are absolutely right. It is people who wear only one outfit.
Oh, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wasn't sure. There was something about the wording. I was like, is there an only in there?
There is.
Maybe Dillon too, make a note next time we have a person read them who can see all the words.
Okay. Okay.
I'll put it down.
Yeah.
And our next number is 320.
And our third and final topic is thumbs.
I mean, it is quite literally the thing that led us to what we are as a
Yeah,
species. So
we're
Look,
here.
Don't spoil it, Dillon.
I know,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I
We'll
got
get
excited.
there.
I got
Yeah,
excited.
that's like book 6 where you're getting at.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Right.
Winds of Winter. It's never happening, people.
The half thumb prince.
The book of thumbs.
All right, so we've got lakes, people who only wear one outfit, and thumbs. All right, that is a pretty good episode. And what are we feeling on the rating system for today? Like, are we feeling stars? Or are we feeling?
Okay. Like, I mean, I feel like it's right in front of us. How many thumbs up?
Yeah, you know
Okay.
what? It kind of does. Yeah, it does lend itself.
I feel like now then here's where we need to be. Is it how many thumbs? Are we only doing 2? Are we saying it's sort of an unlimited, like it can be 5 thumbs?
10 thumbs.
And if we're allowed to rate half a thumb, is that ableist?
No.
Is it ableist if we don't allow for half a thumb? See, I told you they're gonna come after this woke stuff. I don't know if he means it ironically or not. We just keep listening.
How is he saying what we're thinking?
Yeah, no, I think should we go thumb up and thumb down for this episode? We're just going to give it a across the board.
Ooh.
Real strict.
I am of the
that's too much.
mindset where I feel like elementary grades would be best across the board. A+, A-. But because part of me wants to review thumbs up in general.
Oh, dude, I like that. And we can't do like an Inception.
No,
a
not
thumbs up
first
to
episode
thumbs
can't be
up.
meta. I don't want to do
Right,
that.
yeah, we
Sure,
can't.
sure.
I
understand
kind of
what
want to
you're
stick
saying.
with a grade, like maybe we'll see per episode, but I want to say we
For
can.
this episode, you want to do a letter grade? I'm fine with that.
I think letter grade might be where it's at, because as I'm thinking of how do I rate thumbs, and I'm like, do I maybe that? And I'm like,
Right.
what the fuck does that mean? But
Or
also,
do we just do like the emperor, like the
Yeah, the sideways.
Right.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I don't know if it's
Gotta have a
Feels
little
overly
shape. It's gotta have a little shape to it.
Well, it feels overly dramatic. And we did also talk about our cishet white maleness, and it does feel like, haven't we had a long enough history of someone that looks like us given the
Given
I think so.
thumbs.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
all
I think-
right.
yeah,
Now I see where it's going. Maybe turn it off.
We'll do letter grades now. Yeah, we just lost a bunch of people because they're not going to do the hard choice of the
What do you
thumbs.
mean history?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So first
Some
topic
people
is,
don't have thumbs. Everyone has letters. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? That's the true ableism right there,
That's
right?
it.
So lakes.
We're going into lakes.
Who wants to take this one first? I have
I
thoughts on lakes.
I legally
Me too.
have to. I legally have to. And you want to know why? Because I grew up in Lake County, Florida.
Oh
Wow.
And
Oh.
I'm pretty much a doctor in lakes. And
So yeah, please
Wha-
lead us to the promised land.
if you look, and maybe we can get it up behind me, but the map of Claremont, Florida, Lake County is mostly blue than land. It is all lakes. It is wild. The fact that I thought my town was so vast when it was mostly liquid is wild to me.
This motherfucker living in Waterworld.
It was Waterworld
right.
for sure. Here's the thing. A little bit about me. I fucking hate the ocean. I think it's the worst place on the planet. We're not
Oh
talking
my
about the
God. Matt, we're so on the same page. I hope one day in the future oceans come up.
I
Oh,
pray
it's
to
going to,
God.
yeah.
I pray to God we don't. And if we do, that's its own episode. And because we're going to review things
On a
about the
very
ocean.
special episode of Review It All.
The ocean.
Yeah.
Fear. And so here's the thing. We're not talking about the ocean. But in this case, when it comes to like dropping me in, I think I trust ocean more because it's more consistent, where lake could be brown, could be alligators, could be mucky stuff, could be algae that kills you. What the actual fuck is happening with lakes? And on the flip side, on the tip top, lake sports, fucking let's go, brother. Like that's the coolest shit on the planet, in
They
my
rule.
opinion.
But the fall off though between lake sports and
yeah,
statistical likelihood that something swims up your pee hole
Yes.
is like
Yeah.
I
1 to
that's
1, very
way
high.
too don't
Yeah.
like that ratio.
So here's the thing. Lake sports, so fun. I'd love to be zippity zoppity zooing just around that damn thing. But the second I fall and splash, it becomes a horror movie. And I'm just like, oh fuck. Oh fuck. I'm dead. Because who knows? It could go through like you said, the pee hole. And I don't want that unless I consent to it. And I don't give lake permission.
Yeah, for our listeners, just look up sounding. Do that for yourself.
Don't
Mhm.
Don't do that. But that's my
But not at
thought. I
work.
mean, I would say for lakes, please chime in here whenever you want, boys. But I
Of course.
feel like lakes usually warm, ocean cold.
No. Okay. So. Okay.
I mean,
so,
Florida lake, man. So maybe that's me.
So yeah,
but
let's take a second. I agree with a lot of what you're saying.
Okay.
I
that's
I'm
TED
picking up-
Talk.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I also despise the ocean.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
fucking hate it so very
God,
deeply.
it is going to be its own
have-
episode.
Yeah,
We have
it has to
special-
be its own episode. We
Yeah.
there are so many things to cover on why I
Review
hate
It All's Ocean Special.
I legit, for a friend, we had a presentation part, like a PowerPoint presentation party. I did a 30-minute PowerPoint presentation. It was called like "Fuck the Ocean and Why You Should Too," or like "Why the Ocean Sucks and You Should Too."
the original
So-
TED Talk.
Please go on. Please go on.
Now, lakes, I grew up in Maine, so a little bit different. We have some beautiful lakes up there. And yes, they are cold as shit. I think it's more of just a geographical type situation. But we didn't necessarily talk about the Great Lakes, which are essentially
An ocean.
oceans of their own of fresh water, which is
Right.
pretty solid.
You can go to the beach up there because that's how there are
Correct.
pictures of people on the beach of the Great Lakes.
Now, I've been to the Great Lakes. They are stunning. They are very cool. And it is cool to be in a body of water that large without it being the ocean and not being salt water. Like that is a
That's cool.
beautiful, really nice. But
Yeah,
I
big
would
fuck
also
you
say
to saltwater.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I know. Like it's the big thing with lakes more than anything though is that on average you're not going to have a Great Lake, right? You're going to have a a very small lake that is filled with God knows fucking what, that is going to do God knows fucking what to your skin, to your body. Not only
It's
that,
standing water.
Yeah.
It's standing water. You get warnings about standing water everywhere else. Like, oh, you better tip over that kiddie pool or it's going to kill you.
Yeah. On top of that, you've never felt fear until you've been in the lake and then you've touched whatever the fuck was on the bottom of it.
No.
Like the ocean obviously has some of that, but no, nothing comes remotely close. We talked about Great Lakes. There's also the Ozarks, which phenomenal show, by the way, if you've never seen it. We will review that another time. But the Ozarks are these chain of lakes, which is probably the best of both worlds. It's fresh water. It's fully continuously moving. And boy, oh boy, do the rednecks know how to fucking have a good time. Like, I mean, the amount of shit I have seen that has happened on Ozarks, you can't deny that it looks pretty fun. Like,
and there is something kind of fun about the idea that you could be in water doing big water type things and then being able to be mostly around land, because obviously part of what I don't like about the ocean, and I know the ocean is catching a lot of strays here in this episode, but is its vastness, right?
Yeah.
And the idea that, like, if you went in the wrong direction, there is no land. Like, and that is, with the exception of the Great Lakes, that is for the most part not true of lakes. There is a certain amount of, like, we can have big water fun,
right,
and still have big land
by
security.
choice.
Yeah, big land energy, big water fun.
Very few times do you end up in lake without your consent, without a choice. Like, you can usually get back to land pretty quickly.
Yeah, but that's where we flip it around, because when you talk about lack of consent, now we need to talk about the association that lakes have with everything terrible. Crystal Lake, or a lady in the lake, or a vehicle was finally removed from the bottom of a lake and we found skeletons in the trunk. I mean, the accessibility of a lake does make it a great dumping ground for
it's a
lot of
narrative device too.
Awful shit. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just.
How about the monster?
Swamp Thing.
The monster is the lake. How about that? A horror movie where the lake kills the people.
What about Lake Placid?
You may want to go back to your intro and be like, I mean, I dabble in playwriting.
I don't do it. I didn't say I was good at it. I just said I do it.
Yeah, Mike, you bring up a phenomenal point. Yeah,
really
there are so many horror movies related to lake incidents. Lake Placid, fucking Friday the 13th. Oh my God. But let's also say,
what about, remember The Killing? Remember that show?
Yes.
Spoiler alert for those of you that
oh my God.
I mean,
I watched that one when we lived together and I was devastated.
We did.
No, you bring up a fantastic point. But let's also, I mean, if we're going to look at the dark side, let's also look at the light.
Yeah, agreed. 1,000%.
What about a good lake view?
Lake view? Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Beautiful.
Part of the reason I love The Sound of Music, is one of my favorite movies of all time, is also just the aesthetic of the back of the Von Trapp's mansion and that frigging lake. It is, there is something about a lake. I mean, and eat the rich, by the way. But however, to have a home where a lake is part of the features of your property. There is like and there's the lake. Well, we're going to go down by the lake. Also, in a positive direction, the lake house. We're going to be we're going to go to the lake house.
However, have its own house.
Almost always there's a murder there, or there's family drama. And from a narrative perspective, very rarely is the lake house like, and it's a family friendly film from Disney, the Lake House.
It's usually,
and it's just
it's usually where shenanigans go down, is the lake house.
It's the cabin in the woods that also happens to be next to the lake.
For wealthy people. Yes, for wealthy people.
Or like, where was the baby out of wedlock conceived? Probably the lake house.
Yeah,
probably at the lake house.
Where did the baby drown in this movie?
That's the weekend she went to the lake house, right? And it's because she took the baby out on the jet ski.
Yeah. He said he was going to the city, but he's actually at the lake house. What is he doing?
The lake house.
Yeah.
At the lake house. So I'm going to continue on with the positive here. Not the best, not the worst. Nice to look out. lake fountains. Usually in a
Oh.
downtown area. What are we feeling
No,
about those?
I'm going to say I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't
That's
like
a
'em.
perversion of nature, and I
It's a
dislike
perversion.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's out because it's usually in a downtown area, and it's like, look, we did a lake. We're like, that's fine. How we spruce it up in the middle of it's just like, hey, yeah, I'm a fucking lake. Yeah, doing nothing for you. I'm just missed.
Yeah.
And here,
It's like, could this money have been used to help our community in any way?
no,
Well, it's
you got
also-
me, and I got 14 turrets, by the way. And you know, why don't you get in one of those swan boats and come close?
And they always look a little bit broken.
Always
Oh,
a little
yeah.
broken.
Never enough
Always.
water pressure.
Because it reminds me of like, it's basically like you turn a nice natural feature into sort of a fish tank.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what do you
I
do?
mean-
Is that to add oxygen to, first of all, the ecosystem has evolved to be okay with this being essentially non-moving water. So you don't need to add
Yeah.
the filter to it.
It's almost a perfect analogy for America. It's how can we take this beautiful thing
Yes.
and make it worse?
If the wind's
Yes.
really strong, I'm gonna get you.
Yes.
It is a perfect analogy for us in nature, just in general. Look at this gorgeous piece of just stunning lakefront.
Right.
Do we got
You know
anything
what?
else?
We can monetize that in some way.
We
Let's.
can fuck it up.
Yeah.
We can fuck it up. I mean, and you know, and there's positives. There's fishing in the lake with a relative.
Oh, sure. We're gonna fucking review
definitely
fishing one of
older.
these days. Let's not.
I mean, you know, definitely like there is a happiness to it, but unfortunately, I just feel like between fiction and nonfiction, I've reached the point where something to do with a lake is always nice for a while.
For a while.
Like it's always like it always starts out nice, but
Because
then
of
you
the
go for a walk
implication.
by the lake after you were drinking, and let's go for a walk, and maybe we can work it out. You can't, and you won't,
Yeah.
and we will find your carcass. Like it is just not.
Let's get into the review on this.
Yeah,
damn
let's
thing.
get into these
let's
ratings.
review it.
Let's review it.
Dylan,
Matt,
why
you started us.
Oh,
let's
and I'll
let's
finish
have
it.
you.
Here's the thing. The main thing that makes me want it to be even a higher grade is like water sports are so fun. It's basically like, oh, that red, white, and blue. Like people scooting by, you know, it's like, I'm like, that ain't me. Like, hell yeah, brother. Get me a beer. Like, let's go. Country music all day.
I'm
Like,
telling you, the
Watch me
Ozarks.
jump over this floating pickup truck while I smash a beer can on my forehead.
I'm telling you, the
might be-
Ozarks has it on lock.
it might be the only time I'm proud to be an American is when I'm on a lake, on a boat, going fast. Fucking hell yeah, brother. So that doesn't help it too much, though. I'm going to say lake is a D plus for me. A D
Okay.
plus. It's going to be a D plus. It could almost be a C, but I don't live anywhere near. If I could access hell yeah, brother energy pretty fast, that'd be fun. But I do not, and I just got ocean, and we know how I feel about that.
Well,
So,
okay.
D
I'm
plus.
I'm gonna jump in because I'm gonna disagree with you, Matt. I
Okay.
can't stand to see stupid people having fun or
Oh.
enjoyment, and I don't like it. So
Can
and
it
I'm just
be-
being honest. I'm not saying it's right. I'm
Can it
just
be
saying,
you? Can't you allow yourself to be moron for a day?
You too can be moron.
You too can
Yeah.
be moron.
I know,
I can
I could.
teach you. I can teach you.
Me do jet ski, amazing.
Yes, okay.
Me try skis on boat behind pole line.
Yes.
That sounds amazing.
Me on it-
do drink on boat on lake.
Drink on
Mm.
boat.
Can see land.
Me
That
do drink
sounds
on boat,
amazing.
Yes.
Me inner tube, fly high.
Mm.
Good stuff.
Mm. Me do-
Pull me
yeah.
on
But
inner
not
tube.
you. But not you.
But then maybe fail video where me get hip
Oh.
labrums torn because me
Oh.
hit wave and tube flip over.
You
Not
two
worth it.
You two in head. You
Me
in
not
head.
Oh,
worth
God,
it.
You two
guys,
in
we
head.
have to do the rest of the podcast in caveman speak. This is actually very
Mhm.
entertaining.
Me
Uh-huh.
then in wheelchair. Me then in wheelchair. Where
No walk.
insurance,
No walk. Daughter down aisle.
me then in wheelchair, but not fully wheelchair, because just wheelchair because hips no good, and then
Because
insurance
lake.
won't transport me back to New Jersey.
Because
Therefore, me
lake.
now Ozark person.
Because lake.
who- yeah, I'm gonna say a C for lakes.
C.
I'm gonna say a C
So-
for lakes
C-
because I
C.
can't get over the view. Can't get over the view. Love the view.
Mhm.
Love the vibe of it. Lakes with mountains behind.
Oh, the best.
Oh my God, that's like a delicious, like lakes, like delicious pie, and then these beautiful pie crust mountains. And it's a huge chasm between the good and the bad.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
But I think no matter what, if you bend space-time and average them together, I still have to come out at a C overall, no matter what Crystal Lakes or Ladies and Lakes or...
It's funny that you say that because I love the lake as a narrative device. And it is actually raising my value of it as we've talked more about it, because I'm actually in the process of writing a horror movie that takes place in a lake town. And the impetus of the movie is a lake as kind of a horror feature. And I love lake. I love lake.
You love lake.
I love lake.
Yeah, okay.
No, I love the kind of imagery of a lake. I love the context of a lake. I love the narrative device of the lake. And you are 100% correct. You put some fucking mountains behind that bitch. Oh, baby boy, it is hard to look anywhere else. So I'm not going to take it to the A's. Let's not be fucking crazy, but I am going to give it a strong B. Not a B minus, not a B plus. But I do think that the shittiness of lakes is highly outweighed by how much enjoyment you can have on them and how goddamn beautiful they are to look at. Like, you don't ever have to go in the lake, and it can still be the most beautiful thing on the planet. I can't say the same thing about the ocean.
Especially when there's a crane pulling an old rusted out car out of it. That moment when all the water's spilling out and you know that a 30-year cold case was just solved.
Yeah.
You can't beat that. You can't that feeling
I need the content.
I also
can't beat
like
that feeling of a family finally getting closure.
I also like the complexity of a crane bird coming in and swooping up. Getting a fish, and at the other side, a crane is getting a
Please
car
don't
out.
send me any of your writing.
and the juxtaposition of both being lake.
Oh my God!
Is
Somewhere
really
Amanda
great.
Gorman, the poet, is just a small tear is just run down
just
her
a trickle.
face.
But
She
I'm going to
can
give it a
keep
B.
her
I'm
Pulitzer.
going to give it a strong
Crane
B.
with rusted car, crane touching down upon the surface of the lake.
Craning neck to sea. Okay, you got me. You guys got me. I gotta change my answer.
Oh, look at that. We got him. We gotta have some kind of term for it or something. But fact, episode 1 is like, this is where the tricky part of going first, because I thought I was sold, and you guys brought up good points here. I'm gonna say I'm gonna bump it up. It's gonna be a C minus. It's gonna be a C minus. Okay, we brought up a whole letter grade. It can pass.
I
now.
think my experience of constant lakes, of just being with friends and be like, absolutely.
Oh, well, you had the worst version of lakes, which
I had
is
the
the
worst
lakes
version
are
of
breeding
lakes.
new forms of disease.
Mhm.
Like
And
Zika
new
is
lakes.
coming from a
Apex
lake.
predators being blended together and coming out as something new. Like, it's
and lakes becoming like blending together, or
Right.
new lakes forming because of rain.
Yeah, you have
something.
you have the added benefit of having a river monster living in
is
your
that an
lakes.
anaconda?
That's right.
All right.
All right.
Let's move on to our next topic. I don't know who put this on the list, but thank you for doing it.
Thank you.
It's very
Thank you.
funny to me. It is people who only wear one outfit. Now,
Yes.
in the context of this, we are sticklers for
Yeah, we got to iron this out.
what this means.
because we need to create a foundation here, because this is a lot of directions.
What this means to me is the Steve Jobs situation,
Right.
where it
Okay.
is
Yeah.
black shirt, blue jeans, and his closet is nothing but that.
So then what about, like, okay, so then white woman athleisure, like, is that, are we saying that that's one outfit? Because to me, outfit is very different than clothes. Outfit is a particular
Ooh.
fit. You are doing a particular thing. I think Dillon's very close to it with Steve Jobs, because yes, clear closet full of black turtlenecks, closet full of a pair of jeans. Like, I get that. I think because it's, you can be a person that wears only black and still be able to wear something
different
to a
one.
formal dinner.
Oh yeah, and have a different
and something
aesthetic.
to work out in. Like, you can monochromatic is different. I even think a particular style is different. I mean, goth kids probably have a variety of outfits in their closet, or emo kids, right? I mean,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
you.
no, I think that is a good distinction, but like for me, when I heard this, when it got into my little brain, my very small brain, I just immediately thought you are cartooning it, right? Like
Mhm.
Right.
the reason why
Right.
cartoons do that is to save money. The reason why pretentious people do it is to say that they're saving brain space. They don't need to go out of their way
Mhm.
to think about these little details.
That's right.
My brain is just so immense and
Right.
transformative that if
Sam
I was to waste my
Bankman-Fried
time picking a
Sam
shirt,
Bankman-Fried just wore basketball shorts and a shirt because he was too busy stealing from people. You know what I
correct.
mean? I don't
So
know. It's like the way a cat burglar wears the same outfit all the time, right? You
so
know?
like that notion pisses me off. Like this
Yeah.
idea that like you don't have you don't want to waste the brain space thing. It's like the same people who only want to drink Huel
Or
because they don't want to
Soylent.
think
I was going to
about
say the same people who
fucking
only drink
food. You
drink
fucking
fucking
monster, what's
Soylent.
wrong with
Why
you?
do we just keep ringing the bell on Silicon Valley tech assholes?
Because
It's
they're
always
like, I
oh
mean,
no, I'm okay with it. But what I'm saying is, look at it's like it always comes back to that. They are the just like like this dystopian future. Like,
yeah.
if you can hustle harder if you just eat, this
Yeah,
one
all you have to
thing or
do is
wear
drink
this
this
one
drink
outfit.
and wear this fucking V-neck suit, and then you're good, baby. You're good for the rest of your life.
Presenting the only supplement you need, gruel. It's like GRUL, like gruel, and you're
That's
like,
right.
cool.
So
That's
there are
right.
two good aspects to this. One, if you look at like TV and stuff like that, I do like an iconic character for their outfit. And
Yeah.
I do like having in like futuristic space sci-fi stuff, the one jumpsuit for everybody
Oh
in those
yeah.
old classic movies is just
Oh
fucking
yeah.
I
Some
love it.
Logan's Run. Some
Yeah,
Logan's
Yeah.
Run shit.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All the fucking people wearing like the fucking silver V outfit. It's great.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Love
But
that.
when it comes to practicality in real life, if we are talking about an outfit that somebody is going to just have a closet full of, what a fucking boring way
Yeah.
to live your existence. Like,
Yeah.
I am by far no fashionista, but I do like having clothes that reflect my personality. Like, I fucking drew this goddamn shirt because I think it is more interesting than just wearing a fucking black turtleneck and pants.
I'd say the closest a real live human being can get is the style that they have is the same all of the time. Like we're not, yes, there are people like tech bros and stuff, but they need medical attention. But most people will like have the same style of like, were you just wearing that yesterday? That's the same shit. And
I mean,
women
isn't that a
fall into that
suit?
too.
Isn't that professional dress for men? It is
sure.
But once again, there's variations on that, right? Like that's the reason why ties
true.
became such a big deal.
Yes,
is because
yes,
you
yes,
have to
yes.
conform to this
Right.
this outer
'Cause you were
shell.
allowed 5% of
Yeah,
expression.
and it's the same
Socks
thing with
and
like the
ties.
socks and ties. Yeah, so like,
Yep.
but at the very least, they're still trying to express themselves.
Mhm.
The thing that
Desperately trying to show that somewhere deep
Yeah.
down they have a personality. Please look at my ankles.
the idea that you want to stop thinking about food and you want to stop thinking about clothes and you want to stop thinking about society is weird to me. That is weird. I do not like it.
Right. It's that thing where they don't know how to find the happy middle where you can accomplish both. They think it's either I spend all my time thinking about clothes, like they think everyone is Alicia Silverstone and Clueless, or they think you just need to be basically just stamped with the same outfit every day. That's what unburdens you. And it's like, no, just
Yeah.
that's why coming up with a general style can help, or learning what things go with what
Find a
events
middle
or
ground.
what daily living kind of comes into play. I think leisure wear is an answer to people saying society pushes us too much into worrying about what to wear each day. It's okay to go out and be in something comfortable, especially for women.
I had one gentleman in high school, and I know I'm bending our definition of outfit here, but it was one. He wore the same shirt and the same pants and the same, I believe it was slip-on Vans, and but he wore different colors. So he would wear only primary, so be all red. So it was the same literal clothes,
So he
but
was an
all
iPod
red.
Nano?
And then he was all blue. And then it was all like green screen color. And then it was all yellow.
At least that's a little bit of personality.
And
but
all day, every day. I believe he switched
He was
glasses
an Apple
colors.
commercial circa 2000s.
correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he started switching to where it'd be like red pants, blue shirt, and we're like, the follow-up album was not as good, my man. It wasn't as good.
So I'm gonna be real harsh on that. If we are going by the Steve Jobs definition of my closet is full of these 4 items, that is a hard F for me. I think that there is something inherently weird and wrong about you not having one, the bandwidth to choose something, and 2, the idea that it doesn't make your life a little bit better to have some form of expression that is you, that you get to bring out into the world. I think that is weird behavior.
Can I play there is expression because that's that thing that you picked, and that's how you are. That's your reflection. You don't need to change your hairstyle every day, right?
Yeah,
See, I fucking told you they were on our side. I told you not to turn it off.
See, yeah, silence is also a sound too. Eat a butt, like whatever.
Yeah,
okay,
dude,
cool.
if that is the definition of like one outfit, it's a hard F. I don't want to know you. I don't want to join your cult. I don't have any desire to drink your Soylent. Just please
That's
find
true. We didn't
a
even
hobby.
touch on cult wear. Yeah, that's exactly it. These are the things
fucking
that,
please, for the
right?
love of God, like go out and find things that bring you joy. I am begging you to do that.
Big difference between style and outfit. I think we've established that.
That's
here
where we've gone.
Even style gives you a large variety of things.
Yeah.
To be able to do. Definitely.
I would say I agree with everything you're saying. And I know that I kind of get to a place where I love spicing it up too. There are some days where I'm like, I just want to wear the same thing. And I get that.
Sure.
All the time? No. But there is some empathy there. And I know some people who insecure or whatever, and they just wear the same shit, like almost the same outfit or the same. So it's like, I'm not judging. Anytime that person darest say, didn't you wear that yesterday? I'm like, motherfucker, don't you ever like you wear the same shit. You got the same 2 hoodies. So I would say a D- because I empathize. I can get what they're coming from, but that's not my bag. I fucking love spicing it up. I got the fancy shoe. I got the cool thing to wear. I'm like, nice. Time to look good, different and good.
Yeah.
But I get it. I get that they're like, if it comes to like food, I can eat like a raccoon and I can have the same thing most days, but it isn't Soylent. Right now it's just fucking liquid because I'm going for it. But D-.
Yeah.
D-.
I'm gonna say D because Matt moved me on considering circumstances beyond one's control. Money, maybe a situation with a body. This is a genuine like trying to consider like disabled or like I said, financial, or even how how one feels about themselves. If the answer is my clothes are a solution to helping my mind feel better, not because I'm thinking of the next way that I can destroy human civilization via tech, but because I need the bandwidth for that, but because my brain needs the bandwidth to heal, to feel better, to not have to think about the fact that these other clothes don't make me feel good about myself, or that these clothes make me feel comfortable, but I still think we're out of the realm of one outfit. I think even then, if you're wearing one outfit, then you're starting to spiral and you need to change outfits. The very act of changing that outfit can be a healthy
That's a good point.
practice.
That's a good point.
Yes.
I've watched Queer Eye.
Now, who has 2 thumbs and wants to talk about thumbs? These guys.
Yeah.
All right. Right off the bat, what about people who don't have 2 thumbs? I don't know. Our heart goes out to you. I understand that. I saw a picture the other day with someone who said I was born with only 4 fingers. I had no thumb, and it was an amazing picture of how the doctors as a kid had taken one of the fingers and reconstructed it as a thumb on their hand. I thought that was amazing. So to those of you that are dealing with that or any deformities, very seriously, my heart always goes out to you because nature fucking sucks. I want to protect it and help it, but for something as important as thumbs, let's have at it.
I gotta say though, right out the fucking gate, you bring up a good point. But I've seen videos too where like shit like that, accidents and or with birth, we can create thumbs.
Thumbs are so important that you can cut off your toes.
I know.
To
I've
supplement
seen that.
these
Yes.
little fuckers.
I know. Which is wild. I know that that goes more to like the human body, but the fact have no thumb, get thumb,
but
crazy cool.
Yeah, you
that
need
the
it.
world we live in is
thumb world.
Thumb based.
Yeah.
thumb based world.
Some would argue that our ability to create things is only possible because of these.
Because
Tools.
of thumb.
Yeah.
Tools, man, is the thumbs, the opposable thumb.
Like, I don't even, as much as I want to review this as thoroughly as we should, I mean, I really feel like we don't even have to go this deep. Like, these are arguably the most important thing on your body apart from your heart and your brain.
I want
like
all 3 of us right now, find something closest to us and pick it up without your thumb.
Okay.
I mean, that was a cheating because I had a pen right next to me.
Yeah, I've got an eraser. I can do that.
Sure.
It's interesting. It's interesting that Matt almost purposefully did like the bear claw part. I don't know what to do. Like meanwhile he's got all these other fingers that he can like. I pick up a pen. I don't use my thumb with it. You know, and it's like
this is hard. This is heavy though. Yeah, you're right.
Matt tries to pick up a ring. It's like pick up a ring for one of your other fingers without a thumb. I don't know what to do.
It's impossible.
What is this? Matt, it's a pinky ring. I need a thumb.
Like, yeah, I don't want to imagine life without thumbs. I like, why? In the instance where you are missing thumbs, whether it be through accident or through natural deformity, like, I am sorry, that has to
betting practices and the lack of repayment.
To
break his thumbs.
You got a little bit too
But
deep.
why is that such a good punishment for organized crime to people and stuff? Because even
they can't hold their phones.
Of thuggish idiots know how important thumbs are. It's what separates us from the apes. Like they know.
Admittedly, apes do have thumbs.
They got great.
They do
thumbs.
indeed. Yes, it's a strange saying that we have. But
let us not give them their flowers. They are also fully.
And that's why I don't understand. How do we evolve from them? This concurrent species who somehow people think we evolved from.
On top of that, there's all of the thumbs are utility more than anything. But like, just think about. You can play video games. Like, you can play video games without thumbs, but all controllers basically useless.
What I love about what Dillon's saying is, it's almost like what Dillon's saying is, society evolved and created things that isn't it lucky we happen to have thumbs to use them.
Correct.
as though it happened in a vacuum. We landed on this planet. Somebody picked up an Xbox controller and went, "Hey,
look at
this!
Fuck
It's
yeah,
shit."
But just think about all of the uses for them. Like, at the end of the day, anything that you need to articulate this much better. Where the fuck is my camera? This, not so good. This, great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I mean,
and I'd say, what a wonderful, simple thing to let this just be positive. Positive. Yeah. It's a symbol, a good, positive. How are you doing?
I do want to say,
I do love a good thumbs up.
Though, if there's a knock against thumbs, it's the unregulated use of the thumbs up.
Oh, that's really the thing that's bringing thumbs down?
That's bringing down.
It's just
they're giving you a thumbs down right now?
I don't know. It's just, it can be really, I don't know, the corniness of it sometimes, the it's become more sarcastic than anything else, really, the thumbs up, I feel like.
I
And
I could see that, but you know what? Fuck
I
that
like
entirely.
I like a sarcastic thumbs up as well. I mean,
I just don't like
guys,
the
let me
negativity.
let me put this in a context for you that I think you will connect with. What would the end of Terminator 2 be?
I
Oh
mean,
my God, Dylan, check and mate,
Thank
dude.
you.
I
Thank
that's where
completely take it
you.
back.
I
Thank
completely
you.
I
agree with you.
completely take it back. I
Yeah.
am not being sarcastic or
Like,
patronizing. I 100% tipped my king over. You got me.
I
yeah.
was thinking
I
that
take it
too,
back.
in the way that fuck the ironic thumb up. I will always think of it as Terminator 2. So
Yeah,
I'm
guys.
with you fully. You know,
Like, if you
if
need
that was
any,
like this as he went down, it wouldn't have been the same. You know what I
no,
mean? That's all he
that
needed was
moment you were already crying, but when because also it doesn't start like that. He fully, it's as he goes down, he fully then closes it.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask a question? Do you think it would be worth going back in time to prevent the development of thumbs if you knew that it meant we could stop tech bros
Mm.
and thereby also stop perhaps the one outfit trend? I mean, what do we see as because I could argue I also see thumbs as the downfall of human society by allowing human society to flourish, creating the tools of our own demise.
You've got the high highs and the low lows. Like, I don't
You
think
do have the I mean, it's a
I don't think
double-edged
that's
thumb.
Thumb's fault though. Like, at the end of the day, humans and any other very highly intelligent species would find tools to do what they need to do. Thumbs just sped it up exponentially.
How hilarious would they look though? Let's say we didn't have thumbs. Now let's do thought experiments. No thumbs.
Okay,
but we still gain intelligence. We still evolve intelligence regardless of. So now you have no thumbs.
Yeah. So it's
Do we have an extra limb or is it 4?
No, you just have the 4 fingers. You don't have thumbs. It's not a 5th finger. It goes from like claw type stuff to extending out into fingers. Where do you think it goes? How do you think I mean, we already know thumbs are amazing, but let's thought experiment. Could we have gotten here without thumbs?
I mean, how are you going to grab shit?
Yes. Well, look at it this way. There are people born without arms who have no hands, nothing. And they are still living very full functioning lives.
Yes, but we did not base the development of our civilization
we didn't base
on
civilization
them.
off of that. But I do think, obviously, the brain is the thing that is allowing humans to progress to the degree that we have gotten, right?
Yeah.
Like
and if we knew a little more, maybe we could know that was it correlation? Was there a causation by developing more tools? Did it help our brain evolve? I don't know. This is where I'm out.
If we
My
were smarter
only go
and we
so
actually
far.
knew what the fuck we were talking about, we could actually have a better discourse in this. But I still think that society could function with this. It would just be slower. Like, you would still be able to pick stuff up. You'd still be able to make stuff. You'd still be able to do stuff. It would just take a little bit more time. Thumbs are the fucking game genie of evolution.
So do you think maybe then we'd all be a little bit more patient? Perhaps we would have come up maybe a little less frenetically capitalistic.
Maybe, potentially, yeah. Maybe if we had to take a little bit more time to go through our stuff, we would do that. But like, automation is going to happen regardless. Now,
maybe faster without thumbs.
Yeah, because we're trying to
because I need shit to pick stuff up.
Yeah, the downfall of civilization currently looks like it's because we're striving for convenience at all costs. So like, if we
does feel like we're trying to develop at a rate that actually makes thumbs obsolete.
Everyone says, the world now is just in the palm of our hand, which I guess is true, but it's really because of our thumbs. If you think about it, that's how we're communicating.
Once again, I want to encourage you to quit writing.
Okay. All right. Hey, I was going to say, thumbs being thumbs up, normal. What isn't, and I would love to encourage more, is public thumbs downs to people. Is just like,
ooh, I there's a lot of power. I just did it. I was like, I imagine seeing me giving somebody, and I'm like, there's power
One of
to
the
that.
worst things, like driving, and I like, I messed up, and the guy's like,
Yeah,
like,
I would say that
man.
this
That
is like
ah,
this has
that
become
is
so
strong.
normalized.
Yeah, the
like
finger.
who cares? I don't care
Well,
about
where
that.
we- I mean,
if
oh,
you
where'd we be
if you're
without
driving and
that?
somebody, especially somebody older than you or something like that, is just like,
Boo.
boo,
My favorite-
you, sir.
my favorite thing in New York is someone, if it's like anyone who, especially if they clearly look like they're a New Yorker, I'll be like, what are you, new? And they just immediately like, that's the biggest offense. Like, I'm a New Yorker, I'm from here. Like, what are you, new? The thumbs down kind of says that. You're like, like, what do you, bad? Like, everything you're doing is
On
bad.
top of that, there was a huge controversy on YouTube a couple of years ago because they removed the thumbs down on videos because it was a good indicator that a video was bad. It was an easy, simple way to signal to people that the information in this video was total trash. And
But that's because that's because you'd have 99% of thumbs up on a video, and then like 3 people would thumbs down.
Yeah, but
like
then that
a
says more about
serviceman.
them. I want
then
to
like
look at them.
I know, but then it's like watching a video and it's the serviceman surprising his family coming home from the war, and it's like 3 people like, boo, and
He
you're like,
only wears one outfit.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Are we ready to review this? I
am curious. I am curious on your thoughts though, and I was going to bring this up, and Dillon, you brought up literally a good point. Middle finger with thumb, without thumb, or supporting.
Press down my.
I'm a solid thumb on pointer.
I'm a full. You do that thing like where you've got your finger still kind of.
You
bent.
do like
I grab and explode the middle finger.
So you go and I'm a halfway. I'm a wing guy. I'm a wing.
No,
wing out.
I'm thumb out.
I'm a little here. I'm holding the thing. I'm like,
it's full thumb out for me.
You're full like almost shadow dog kind of guy.
Little riff.
Yeah, and you're what? And you're just
got that like I don't even give a shit, and I'm like, bam!
You got the biggest hand.
I grab on to these with my thumb.
So Mike, you fist it with a finger.
Yeah,
you fist it.
Yeah.
See, and I'm a little
this
shoulder
finger broke loose.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a shoulder in mine, but Dillon, your hands are the size of baseball gloves. So I think you making it as big, you're basically like when you get big to a bear, so you scare it. If your hand came up, like, give me a middle finger right now, Dillon. Like, it's big, like
See,
it would
but
be
I feel
scary.
like there's different styles to it. Like, I think if you're doing like the cover of a punk album,
if you're a rap
like
star,
but then you've seen like the punk where it's like,
if we were
that kind of thing, like
Johnny Cash.
If we were in a small German tavern and I was signaling that we needed to get thrice whiskeys, that's my version. That's a northeastern. Maybe this is a Maine thing. Like, this is how everybody I knew growing up used to flick people off.
I don't know. I've heard people say that like this is rarer. Like, most people don't do like the explosive one finger there. Yeah, it's even weird to look at from this side.
It's the full thumbs up to the side that gets me. I cock it. I make it like a little spaceship here. I would do that.
See, this
but
one I almost feel like you don't know what you're doing. You can almost be like, yeah, I jammed my finger.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
which I have in the past, like jammed my middle finger. So you'd be like, oh yeah, it hurts. I can't really bend it. So in that case, I wanted to be clear, like, no, this is me giving you the finger. This is an ouchie.
It's an ouchie. And what I like is with the middle finger, we Americanized the thumb. Because when you go over to the UK, there ain't no thumb involved. You ain't got nothing. There's never going to be a thumb in the flicking you off, which is this.
This is their version of flicking people off?
Oh, yeah. So whenever you see British television, they're like, that's it. That's what that means. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It feels too easy though. It's too easy
Jesus
to mistake
Christ,
that.
Fucking between
I feel like a middle finger takes a certain amount of effort where you're like, no, I
agree.
need to pull this out.
There's also more of a choice here. You don't, what do you, yeah.
Not like
so
that.
When you
the
see
point
that,
is that we could have evolved to tell each other to go fuck ourselves without thumbs. And that's important.
Correct.
Right.
One we've forgotten about is thumb sucking. I sucked my thumb way too long as a kid. But
27 years old.
But that's important too. I said as a kid, not as an adult. But I did. I think it was like 10 or 11. Like I did it for
Well,
way
isn't
too
it
long.
really bad for children to suck their thumb for an extended period of time?
when
Does
you're
it,
young, it's
fuck
like
up
Not good
their
for your
palate?
teeth. Not teeth. I heard like teeth issues, although I never looked like I had anything that pertained to the thumb sucking, but it
Yeah.
is weird. It's a weird thing to maintain as a comfort thing. But there was a long time there, if you remember, where like the classic representation of like a big baby, and I think it still is like you do the thumb suck.
I mean, I understand that it's like a comforting thing, but like at the end of the day, like, yeah, thumb sucking, it's, I mean, yes, weird in adulthood, but like totally fine in childhood.
Not if someone else is doing it.
I
Then
mean,
it's
at
sexy
the end
as
of the
hell.
day, like I know
Not
what
to see. I don't want to see it.
I know
Yeah,
what my
suck,
grade
no,
is.
no,
for
I'm
these.
saying if you suck my thumb.
Like, I'm not
Sexy
going to
as
change
hell.
my mind on thumbs. I know what they like are.
So let's get in. Let's get
even
into
if Dylan's like, even if there's some NSFW sort of thumb action, even if maybe you're standing around with your thumb up your butt or whatever, you're not gonna ruin thumbs for me.
You're
not going to do it.
They're an A+ across the board. Like, they are so pivotally important to human beings.
Yeah.
A+, 100%. A+ all the way.
A+. Okay, Mike.
I'm gonna say an A. Because of the things maybe I don't even know what I don't know. Maybe I don't know
You're
if
leaving
thumbs,
variants.
I don't know what thumbs history are. We're gonna find out that thumbs.
Yeah, thumbs had a slave plantation.
I don't know where they started. Yeah, I don't know what it came
throwing
from.
freak offs. I don't know.
You look back in your thumbs history and you realize that you actually had a Nazi uncle who was a thumb.
Yeah, that's right.
No.
He was a big thumb person. Yeah, exactly. So all thumbs. That's another. We didn't think about that. That idiom. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm all thumbs. I don't even know what that means entirely. But
you
can
mean
we
you're
imagine?
more useful?
Yeah, you mean you're great at what you do?
Where they're like, oh, geez, I'm sorry, I'm all thumbs today. What does that mean? That they're dropping stuff? And can we that's why it's an A, because imagine if you were all thumbs. Imagine if it was whoops, all thumbs. What a terrible...
Oops, all thumbs.
Terrible. Ooh, if it was all thumbs, can you still grip if it's all thumbs?
I would imagine if your hand is in the shape of a hand, yes.
Yeah, but look at where the thumbs would go, where your fingers
Well, look
are.
at it. Thumbs are
in their
thumbs
own
are stubby
unique
fingers.
position.
So you would just have a hand of stubby fingers. Is that aesthetically beautiful? Not really. But hey, it's A+.
I don't know.
It's A+.
It's an A for me. It's an A for me because it's hard to give anything an A+. So if I give something an A+, it's because I just can't even fathom a downside or a way that I don't enjoy it. And I think
hope
that
Matt comes in full contrarian. It's a hard F.
There's something.
It's a D. No, the vulnerability of thumbs bothers me.
There it is. Thank you, Matt. There it is.
The vulnerability of thumbs. You mean to tell me pretty much most of the things that I want to do would be infinitely more difficult or damn near impossible because you took one of these away?
And we haven't even
keep
talked
me away
about
from a
thumb
buzzsaw.
wars, Matt. I'm sorry.
We haven't
didn't even talk about thumb
true.
wars.
That's true.
You know what we also didn't talk about? Maybe this is just a me thing, or like the 4 people who saw it, is the thumb movies.
What?
Did any of you watch that? Oh my God. Please go look it up.
Do not do this as we're wrapping up this podcast.
Put this up here at the end. It is the guy who did Kung Pao, Enter the Fist, and all of his mini movies based on Bat Thumb, Thumb Wars, and it's all thumbs, and it's the characters, and he puts the eyes and mouth on thumbs.
Okay, that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
It's so good. No, it's not like
we can link
2
it.
girls, 1 cup with thumbs. Like no, they were going to be just fine.
Cup.
It's going to be difficult to put that behind us, but I'll try. YouTube will be upset.
I challenge the internet. 2 thumbs, 1 cup. Have at it. Go.
I love what these damn little guys, and they're guys for me, do. The fact that when I hurt one, the whole fucking hand is pretty much useless. Like 85% of it is like, I might as well put it in my pocket for the next 2 weeks.
You're just too thumb dependent.
I'm too thumb dependent.
You're not thumb diversifying.
Clearly. I'm going to say that when thinking about it, though.
Yeah, but how can we be
What the
thumb maxing?
What the fuck can I do without thumbs? Thank God for thumbs. A minus. A minus. Love them.
Okay.
Happy with them. Happy with them. Love them. But
Thumb traps are out there.
thumb traps. I'm not going around sawmills doing work to get a buck or two.
If you are going to injure an appendage, it is normally your thumb. Like I have
Fuck
fucking
that.
fully fucking clobbered my thumb with a hammer before, and
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I get a hangnail, you might as well put me in a sling. Like, hell no.
But
like,
yeah, I'm so glad all of us are in the A category. Like these things are important. I love you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings us to the end of this episode. So thank you guys for listening. But before we leave, we like to pick our topic for next week so we can get you excited, so that you can be in anticipation for the next Review It All episode.
Okay, here we go. The first number is 8.
Nice.
Ooh, very high.
I'm going
High
all
on the
back.
list.
That is writing out how we feel about our parents for an hour.
Jesus.
I might have put that in. I don't know. Sounds like I did. Okay.
Yeah, it does.
Next number is 956.
Whoa, okay.
From the top to the bottom. So now we're here.
956. That is No Nut November.
We're doing so good.
Something I have never participated in, but happy to review.
The next one is
I'm going to have to research it a little bit.
I'm going to have to think about it. 399.
399. We've got raspberry versus blueberry.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. I'm ready to talk about this shit. Right. Let's go. I can't wait to talk about trauma, no nutting, and berries. Let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun episode next week.
Pretty much my normal conversation topics, I'd say.
Yeah,
is what
I
we
think
usually...
it's majority of what your plays are about. I would say this has been a phenomenal episode. This is Dillon signing off. Thank you for a great episode, guys.
Thank you.
All right. See you next time.
Love you. Bye.